What if I told you that you are both a genius beyond comprehension and a blubbering idiot? In fact, this is exactly what I am telling you. At any one moment, you, the person watching this behind a screen, thousands of miles away, or just a few meters away, are in a state of genius and idiocy simultaneously. Kind of like an abstracted version of Schrodinger's cat, your level of intellect depends on one thing: whether we look into the future or into the past. To your average person born 2,000 years ago, the things that even children know today would absolutely shock them. Our knowledge has grown at an exponential rate, doubling every couple of decades since the dawn of the scientific revolution. If knowledge were represented on a graph, our current line and trajectory would now rise nearly vertical. This concept is what is referred to as Moore's Law. The rates at which technology is advancing is both miraculous and frightening. Even humans today possess far more capacity than in the past. A single child today holds more scientific understanding than an entire village did centuries ago, redefining what it means to be intelligent with each passing generation. Take the Black Plague, for instance. In just a few seconds, a child today would recognize several causes for concern. Why are there so many rats? Why aren't people showering? Why is it that people are throwing urine outside of their houses? And are those bird-like masks really doing anything? Even if this child somehow had an audience with a figure of authority back then, imagine trying to explain that fleas carry diseases, they're infecting the population, they're spreading plague from person to person, and your best chance of survival is to clean the city, quarantine the sick, and dispose of the dead bodies. They'd be labeled a witch or heretic on the spot. Not only would they be saying things that can't possibly be proven back then, but they'd look entirely out of place. Taller, healthier, straight teeth, and clean skin. Their mere presence would be a paradox, where they'd seem to hold knowledge that's both true and ungraspable by the minds of their time. Much like the paradox of 97% of my viewers not being subscribed. That's your cue, by the way. But if we flip the script, imagine that same child from today is sent into the far future. They'd be the one out of their depth, a dummy surrounded by things far beyond their comprehension. Concepts we can barely dream of now, like advanced mathematics, Dyson spheres, or interplanetary travel. They might be familiar to children in that future, but to children today, they'd be very far-fetched. Here's the twist: the odds of any of us fully grasping the scope of human knowledge are somewhat decided by chance. Our intellectual progress in many ways is like a rolling average, genius or fool. It's a matter of probability based on time, place, and sheer chance. The success of our future relies on the failures of our past, because we stand on the shoulders of giants. This can be difficult to grasp because we as humans are so bad at scaling exponential growth. Take me, for example. My upbringing, as great as it was not without its room for improvement. The great and the not so great. They make up who I am today. If I didn't hate mathematics as a child, maybe I wouldn't have become so obsessed with it today. If my first few business ventures hadn't failed, maybe I wouldn't have spent 6 years in Vietnam and Korea. And if I didn't suddenly get 1,700 views on my last video, I might not have made this video. At any one moment, we balance on the blade of duality. We are both the numerator and the denominator in the equation of intellect. And whether that next stumble of yours will be for the greater good or a step back is entirely up to you. Looking towards the future, I personally envision the imminent arrival of true AI. Not the large language models currently mimicking intelligent life, but something much more profound. I foresee this leading to an explosive period of growth with potential benefits and risks at a scale we can hardly predict. I don't believe we'll end up with AI overlords, but I do think we'll need to adapt to a world where technology becomes deeply embedded into our very beings. It could evolve into some kind of cyberpunk reality where we integrate technology directly into ourselves, transforming us into cyborgs. The pace of development with the advent of genuine AI could become so rapid that to keep up, humans may need to integrate this intelligence directly. In my view, this may be the only way to stay relevant in a world of true artificial intelligence. A cyborg sent back in time, attempting to explain AI, advanced technology, interdimensional travel, or even time travel to early humans. While I may never witness such a world in my lifetime, the concept itself is fascinating to explore. If you disagree with me, think about how many powerful individuals would love to achieve immortality in this way. What was the point of this video again? Ah yes, we stand on the shoulders of giants. None of this would be possible without the discovery of fire, and none of this will be possible without any of us watching this video today. Regardless of whether we can measure growth in our lifetimes or not, we are all playing our part in weaving the future. Even when people have forgotten our names, forgotten what we stood for as humans, and forgotten our mark on the world, we are all directly responsible for the future. In each and every infinite variation, we are the giants. If you're interested in exploring these concepts with me further, especially concepts related to mathematics and stats, you should consider subscribing.